Welcome to the Scrapping Studio. My name is Tracy Walker, Creative Memories Advisor in Des Moines, Iowa. And today I'm going to show you a layout using through the years 2000s to 2010s. This is a new collection that Creative Memories just came out with, and it starts in the 20s. It goes 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and then 2000 through 2010. Each paper pack has 6 double-sided sheets. It has coordinating cardstocks, which is cranberry, baby blue, island waters, purple ice, and cool gray. And then it also comes with 3 sheets of stickers. So we've got couple border ones. Looks like several, those are individual. So it's like 2 sets of borders, and then just different things that were part of the 2000s, which isn't that long ago, I feel like. But at the same time, like Y2K, wow, that's forever. Feels like forever ago, but I guess it was almost 25 years, over 25 years ago. So I just love these. So they didn't come out with a specific project recipe booklet like some of the other they do for the bigger collections. And so what I was going to do is show you by going into the virtual crop sketches for inspiration. And I have, this one is from May, and I'm going to do number 4. And I might have a little bit of a twist with it. We'll have to kind of wait and see how it goes. But I did kind of start it just to see how it would look. So one thing I did do is I took the geometric gem border maker punch and I punched it out, and then I cut, this is probably a 1/4-inch strip, and weaved it through the cool gray and the purple ice. And those are going to be part of these right here. And then for this 1x12, what I ended up doing was I really didn't want to cut the smiley faces, so I fussy cut around them, and we're going to use those as well. So I'm going to just put those off to the side because we will need to cut some more, punch some more border maker. But as you can see, the paper is super cute. The 2 sheets I'm going to use today is, so I got these. I'm going to use these, but I'll show you the rest of them. So we got this one, and the other side of the smiley face was this. And then I kind of got them out of order when I was kind of digging through them to decide what to do. And then, so that is the 6 sheets. And these are some of the coordinating cardstocks that we can use. I'm just going to put those aside for just a minute. And we'll go back to the sketch. In this, it's like, this is a 6x12 and this is a 6x12. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half, and we just need to decide how we want the lines. And I want the lines going that way. So we're going to get my trimmer out, and we're going to cut these both in half and then weld them back together. There's that one. This one is let's see. I'll put this way just in case. All right, so we've got those cut in half. Put that away for a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to do welding. So I'm going to have the light on the top and then the dark on the bottom. And the seam will get covered up. So we're going to flip them. And they're kind of going to look the same on each side. We're going to flip. And then I just need I have a stash here of just strips of paper. And here's this piece right there that we'll use. And so I just want to kind of just match these up. They're even. All right, and then I'm going to take regular tape runner, and I'm just going to run it down the middle. But I want to make sure that I kind of squeeze it together to make sure. Now you could put this on regular paper if you wanted to, but it just makes when you mount it on pages, it could make your album just more and more bulky. So flip that over. So now we've got page 1 is done. And then we'll do the same thing for this one. Flip it over. I keep I go through phases where I'll keep all these little pieces of paper in hopes of using them for something. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But just strips of paper are just at the very end where you haven't used it, like these things. Rip that off. These are perfect because they're going to be on the back. No one's going to see them. If it, like this one is over just a little bit, so we'll just give it a little trim. And we can trim it up. All right. So the way this goes is one is going to be going this way, and the other one is going to be going this way. And let's see if I can make my lamp kind of, I have to tighten that again. All right. Make sure we've got in the picture, since we have two, and I should have got my mats out, but we'll be okay. All right. So as you can see from the sketch, we have one going this way, one going this way. So now what we'll do is, see, we have this smiley face strip, and then I punched out one of each because I was trying to decide what I liked better. And I do like the gray better there. And I thought, oh, this could be the other side right here, like that. So I do need to punch out in the gray and the lavender, same thing, gray and lavender, some more, another thing. So we're just going to put these aside for a minute, and I'm going to pull out my cardstock. That's gray and purple lavender. I'm going to punch one out of each. So this is a chain border maker. So it means it's going to create a chain and detach itself from the paper. Unlike edge, which would stay attached to the paper. Alright. And then let's cut the other one. If you haven't used the border maker before, it is like this, and then you just put it in the tray and then flip it over. So now everything's nice and neat. And you're just gonna put those kind of feel your way down, and the teeth kind of lock into the other part. And you just all the way through. Voila. We've got those. So let's put those aside for a moment. And there's not really anything super reasonable, I would say, in this debris. And there we go. Now what we'll do is we're going to cut. And it's just the width of the gray mat is what I'm going to cut. So let's line that up. There's one. And then let's do this one. All right. Thought that looked kind of wonky, but it's okay. Oops. I have a little shelf and I put stuff up there and it's kind of doing its own thing. So what we'll do is we're just gonna you just kind of weave this through, and it's actually, if you get it the right width, then it will. So it's just a little. It's like that gray mat with just maybe a tiny bit skinnier than that, and then it just makes it easy to get this. You could weave it like that if you want to. But in the beginning it was easy, and now it's like wanting to fight me. So kind of using my thumb and then just pushing it over, under, over, under. And then last one is over. All right. So we got one. Oh, there it goes. I'm like, where did the gray sheet go? So just do the same thing. This is easier just using my thumb and using the other hand to kind of guide it over or under, bending it just ever so slightly so it goes over or under where it's supposed to be. It worked out really well. That's better than trying to weave it. All right, there we go. So now we have two more. All right, so let's work on the right side. So we're going to work on the one where it is horizontal. And oh, here's another piece. So what we'll do is get repositional. I love repositional tape runner. Oh, and I just picked up the wrong one. Oh well, we'll be fine. I love repositional tape runner, and then of course I pick up the wrong one. That's okay. So I'm just going to cover up the seam. So now you're not going to be able to see it anymore. And now let's see if we can find repositionable. We should look, and I should put that one far out of reach. So we're going to do the gray first, and we're out. I got more. I decided to dig it out of my shipment box that I just got. All right. And then we'll just put this, make sure I line that up. There we go. And then line this one up. I just line it up probably, a quarter inch or less from the edge. So then you have that. And that looks great. I should have put some on this. And then like I said, I just fussy cut around the smiley faces because I wanted to be able to see them. All right, let's work on the other side, which is going to be going this way. I'm going to do the same thing. Trying to decide. I like the big smiley. Let's see, which way do we want this? I don't like the. I'm going to do it that way. All right, so let's get some tape on itself and cover it up. So then this side will have the gray. I'm just going to line it up so that it can't really see the seam for either. Got that. And then at the bottom, we'll put this one. Just like I said, probably less than a quarter of an inch from the bottom. So now we have our two pages. Like super close for some reason. Huh. There we go. That's better. Okay. So then, how does it sound? So then it calls for some circle punches with embellishments and photos. So you could do photo mats if you want to. So we can pull, these call for these to be 4x6, and then the mats are 4x6 and the photos are 3.5 by 5.5. I am out of 3.5 by 5.5 right now, so I am just going to go with 4x6 photos. And then this says three. I'm going to do the 4x3 right here, and we could put a mat around that one. I probably will. And we could still mat these like this. And then this side, let's run out of 4x6s too. Let's look. All right, got those. And then let's see if we can find some more 3x4s. Oh, I must have ran out of the 3x4s too. Let's see if I have more. Yeah, I do. I have another one in my box. Open this one up. Now, the one thing about this is we definitely can be, this only has, there's 6 photos. Definitely can be adding some more photos to this. Like that. So you can have your title here, or you could do some, this definitely can go up, and then put some 3x3 photos in there. You can add a couple more 3x3 photos there. You can do the same thing over here. Add some. Scooch these over just a tad, and we can still leave it like that. And then we can do a cluster here, which they do kind of have. We can still do our cluster down here and there, as well as we could still have the title right here, or we can move the title up into here if we wanted to for that. So let's see what we have for embellishments. So we got bougie. There's a word I haven't heard in a long time. Different things like that. Different trucks, unplugged, more smiley faces, the computers, that kind of stuff. So they do have it punching a 1 3/4 inch circle for that. So I'm going to go grab that and I will be right back. All right, I got my circle punch, and which is 1 3/4. This is on the Creative Memories website currently, and based on the sketch, I cut out 4 of them. So we have 2 here and 2 down here. While I was at it, I also cut some mats. So I'm just going to put a little bit of repo behind each of them. And then we get those. So if we want to use them, we can when I'm ready to put down pictures. Otherwise, you can have it as a double mat. So these pictures are 3x3. I cut them at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then I cut this by 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I get these adhered down. The sketches from the Creative Memories virtual craft page. If you go into files, you can pull all them for at least the last year. They're a great place for inspiration. You also get inspiration from Pinterest. If you buy the simple page kits, you can use that as inspiration. There's a lot of things that you can use as inspiration. Get that kind of like that. All right. So the question is like, I really don't want to cover just a little bit because I don't want it to, and I'm just going to put tape on the outside so that the picture can scooch in there easily. that. All right, let's get the other side going. Get these matted. Feel free to fast forward during this part. This is basically just doing that. Oops. All right, I want to make sure I get the bigger photos in first. And sketch has it going inwards. Like that. We have to move this down a little bit. That's what's nice about repo is if you didn't put it where you wanted to, should have put it the first time, then you've got easy way to pull that up. And then, and I know if you're laughing because I'm flipping over my cardstock, it's a creature of habit. You can put in the comments below if you've done that as well. So we've got, let's see, what do we got for here? Really, it's so funny. The word bougie is cracking me up. So I just want to have it as the title. What I will do is I'm going to take the sticky off of the sticker. I probably still say the word bougie just because, some words just stick with you. Like the Budweiser commercial saying, "What's up?" I'm not going to do it, but sometimes in our family we still do that. So, right, I'm going to put some foam squares on this. And put it right there. So I'm just going to take the middle foam square off. So when I need to get the other photos in, I can do that. Move him up just a tad so he's off of that. All right. Let's see what else we can add that is kind of smaller. That would look good. That would look good. So let's take the sticker off of that one. You can see I have like a whole bunch of sizes and thicknesses mixed together. It was easier to do that than have several sheets with just like little bits and pieces on it. So sometimes I'll just transfer them to another sheet. This is all of the circle I have left, so I'm kind of coveting it for the moment. All right. Okay, there. And then is there something like some sparklies kind of right there? All right, what else? Maybe I'll put these two. Just pay attention to sometimes they have this guy down like that, and then this one will put on foam squares. Some of them have like the circles punch out of them, and so I just have this little like it's meant for a cricket, but then I can go through and poke holes through, and that's really nice. So this one we could use one of the circle ones, and let's see, there we go. That's it, down to 4. I really hope Cranberry brings those back. If you were a fan of those, I would definitely. All All right, so I'm gonna put that there. And maybe 2 more of these. There we go. All right. So we got that one done. Ooh, they got some cute. That's 2. I was like, the hearts are cute. However, that was 2. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, do selfie. Just like that. And then and it's like, and I'm gonna just leave it just like that. Okay. Let's see what's on the other side. So the other side is gray. I like, let's put the heart there. And there's foam squares. Like that. Put that guy there. Put the 2000s there. That's kind of too big and overpowering. Weird angle. That'll work. Yeah. I'm gonna run our sparklies really fast. There we go. All right, so we got that. Trying to decide if I need anything else on this one. Like on that one. All right. Now we have. Need to vacuum my floor. All right. So based off of this sketch, we created this 2-page layout, and I can use the white as the mat, or I can peel them off and then just put those down. But I think it turned out super cute. So thanks again for watching. My name is Tracy Walker, Creative Memories Advisor in Des Moines, Iowa. Would love for you to join me at one of my events here in the Des Moines metro area. I'll put all the information below and come back because I still have, let's see, what do I still got? I got 4 sheets left of paper. So I'm going to pick a different sketch and we will create that. So I'm hoping we will get 4 more pages. So we'll see what I come up with. So join me again, and thanks and have a great day.